Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. I am here in Fort Valley, Virginia. I'm going to be hiking a trail called Signal Knob. This is actually going to be my second attempt hiking here. The first time I actually tried hiking here, I went the wrong direction with my friend Ahadu, and we hiked for about 7 miles and went to the wrong direction. So this time I'm going to try to find the hike, make sure I go to the right place today. It's a beautiful day here, as you can see. Beautiful sunny weather. It's about 50 degrees. Today is actually January. What's today actually? I don't even know. Today is January 18th, which is a Wednesday. This is going to be actually the first video on my series that I'm going to be starting called Nature Ventures. So if you want to see regular videos on my channel, consider subscribing. But anyway, this is going to be a fun video, I hope. Really looking forward to hiking today. I've actually been looking forward to this day for already I would say a week or two, so I really want to hike today. And I have everything ready. I got my backpack, got some lunch packed, got some tea as well, got some snacks as well, and plenty of water, which is an important part. Let's go check out there's a post over there. We'll check out the post. Like I said, I think it's a 10-mile hike. I'm probably not going to hike the full 10 miles today. We'll see if I have time. It's about 11:31 right now. The sunset is around 5, so I'm trying to hike by the sunset, but then when the sunset sets, and then basically I'm gonna head back home after that. But my main goal is I want to get to the peak, because I feel like I can get to the peak and then I can revert back. But 10 mile is, I think it's a loop. So anyway, let's check out the post there and we'll start the hike. I'm excited. So I'm looking at the map here, and I am really bad at maps. I'm gonna be upfront with you, but what I'm seeing here is that we're here at the parking space at the Signal Knob parking, and I'm supposed to follow the orange trail all the way to Signal Knob. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out this trail, and if I get lost, we'll just turn back. So let's get started. I'm excited. So far it looks like I'm probably going on the right trail, because last time I don't remember walking on this path. So hopefully I'm going the right way. I am pretty sure I am, because it is following the orange marker like we saw on the map. So we'll see when we get to the intersection. We'll see what it shows next here. But if I am going the wrong direction, you guys will definitely be laughing at me. So yeah, there it is. There's another orange marker. You know what's cool, guys? This is actually my first hike of 2023. That's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna try to hike a lot today. Get a good start for this whole year, Okay guys, as you can see, I actually made it here to an intersection, and unfortunately, turns out I am going the wrong way. I told you, I am not good with directions, but hey, we all humans, we all learn. So according to the sign, it's gonna be actually back that way. So okay, here we go. Let's start the trail again. Okay, so good news is that I think we are on the right path, and number two, the markers do show like they're orange, the blazers. So let's keep going and see what happens next. See, that's why my series that I'm starting here called Nature Ventures. The word venture means it's basically an adventure, but you just don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Wow, check this out. This is actually the sign to Signal Knob. I feel so dumb because this is so easy. You just gotta follow the sign. Okay, now I am 100% sure I am on the right trail. 100%. We saw the sign and the blazers are still orange. Finally, we are on the right path. Isn't that crazy how a simple mistake like that can lead you a whole different direction? And I didn't even know that there was 2 starting points on this hike. I thought whenever you start a hike, there's one path and then one path goes right and the other path goes left. You just choose. But this hiking trail actually had 2 separate starting points and 2 separate boards, you know, where the map is and all that stuff. So I guess we'll learn something new today. Now we are making progress. So the sign did say that the hike is 5 miles. So far I hiked about 1.46. We got 5 more to go. Whew. I want to take a quick break and drink some water. Oh. Man, it feels so nice and fresh outside. If you've never been hiking, you're missing out. Okay. This device is kind of pretty cool. You load a bunch of water into it, put it in your backpack, and then you can sip while you walk, while you hike. So convenient. Before I can start drinking, I gotta get my heart rate down. I'm at 119 right now, beats per minute. So to give you a quick update, so as you guys already know, I just started hiking this trail, Signal Knob. Finally found the right starting point, and I've been hiking already for about 51 minutes, close to an hour. So, and one thing I did learn about hiking is that when you hike a lot, when you feel tired, it's good to take a quick break like I'm doing right now, and then just about what, 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then just keep going. Feel great right now? I guess let's keep going on our hike. Okay. Well, that was a pretty cool cabin that we just passed by. And I'm so happy to see that, because I did read online before I started this hike a couple days ago that I should pass the cabin on this trail, and that's how I know that I'm on the right trail. So this is another confirmation that we are on the right path, which makes me happy. While we're walking here, I did want to kind of share with you something that I've learned in my life that can hopefully help you in your life as well. What I want to share with you is one sentence. It might seem really like simple, or it might seem really cheesy, or it might seem religious, but hear me out first. So the sentence is that God is real. God is real. Many people today, they are not sure. They're not sure if God is real. They're not sure. They're thinking, oh, maybe there is some kind of higher being. Maybe there is something out there. Maybe there's some aliens. Maybe there's, I don't know, who knows what, you know? We humans, we just can't come to a conclusion what, you know, many people think. But I want to share with you that God is real. He is there. And I want to share with you a little bit of my story, and that way you can see from my experience what I've learned, because I was like you before. I wasn't sure if God was real. And you know what's interesting? I actually grew up in a Christian home, in a Christian family. I was taught God and the Bible and prayer from the very beginning, from childhood. I would go to church like what, 3 times a week probably, and then we would have to go to a choir practice, Bible study, mission trips. Basically my whole life was centered around church. And for years and years, I would go to church, things like that. And there were all these different kind of rules and ways we need to act and do in order to please God. That's how we were taught, you know? But as I grew older and older, I started making my own decisions in life. And I started thinking about my life, and like I truly didn't want to follow God and things like that. I just didn't want to do it because of all these rules and all these regulations. It just seemed too much, you know what I mean? Like it seemed too much. Like, see all these things we have to do. And I prayed to God one day, and there was a need. Not really more of a need, it was like a want slash a need, I would say. I don't know, basically it was an important prayer for me. So I prayed to God, and I asked God to answer this prayer. And it was a very, for me, it was a very important, life-changing, prayer. You know, it was a nice, it was an important prayer. So I was, begging God, asking God. I had a lot of hope. I'm like, God is there. He's going to answer my prayer for sure. I know He will. Look, I've been going to church, all this. And guess what happened? So God did not answer my prayer, right? I prayed to Him. I had faith in Him, and just God said no, and I was confused. I was like, what? Doesn't make sense to me. I relied on God my whole life. God has been helping me, and all of a sudden this important big prayer that I asked Him about, He said no. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, how can God say no to something important, something I know was going to help me in my life? And on top of that, I was doing it the right way, and I wasn't asking for something stupid or wrong. I was asking it knowing that God would be happy with what I'm asking, right? Basically, this was one of the reasons that actually made me leave church, and one of the reasons that I actually started falling away from God, and I just was losing faith in Him and things like that, and it just didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. I'm pretty sure you probably had a similar situation yourself where just something happened in your life that just didn't make sense. So slowly I started fading away, fell into depression, things like that, quit church. And what happens is, once I quit God, right, I was on my own, meaning that I made my own decisions, did whatever I wanted to do, like most of us here in this world. We do whatever we like to do, and we just follow our own desires and our own wants and just make ourselves happy, basically, right? If there's no God. And that's exactly what I did. I just kind of took control of my own life, if you could say it like that, and just started doing things on my own. And what's interesting, what happened is that you would think that, hey, now I'm doing things on my own, I should be free, I should feel great, should be happy. It's like, hey, I don't need God, things like that, right? But what's interesting about that is that it led me to an addiction. But time after time, I realized that in my head it was an addiction. But I'm like, you know what? I can stop anytime, no problem. Come on, I'm not addicted. I can stop anytime. But deep inside, I knew I was addicted. And I tried quitting. Many times, actually, I have. And I couldn't stop. And I would keep doing it, and I felt worse and worse inside, knowing that there's nothing I can do to stop it, because I've tried it, and it's not working. So when I got to that point of just thinking, what do I want to do with my future? Do I want to continue with this, or do I want to do something about it? Because I was just mad, and I just didn't want to change anything. I didn't, I was mad at God, I was mad at people. I knew my addiction was ruining me. I knew my addiction was ruining me emotionally. Yes, it did give me temporary pleasure, but then it made me feel worse. It's kind of like a drug, when you take it, first, it gives you that feeling of, you can feel great, and then after that, it makes you even feel even worse. You know what I mean? So that's how I felt, and I knew it was destroying me, but I was mad still. I was really mad. I was really angry. I didn't want anything to change, and I was just, was losing faith in God. Didn't even care about God no more. Things like that. You know how it feels. one day I was just, you know, after doing my addiction for the millionth time, I was just tired of living this life. You know, inside my heart I was just so tired. It was just a huge weight in my life, you know what I mean? Like, I just so tired of repeating the same thing over and over again every single day. And I decided, I'm like, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna give God another chance, you know. I'm gonna give God another chance. Let me see if he really is real, you know what I mean? And what I did is I went to the most private place that I know for sure nobody's gonna bother me, which is the bathroom. In your bedroom, somebody can unlock it or somebody can knock and whatever, but in the bathroom, you know, like, nobody really bothers you there. So that's what I did. I went to the bathroom. I kneeled on my knees next to the sink and just poured out my whole heart to God, and just told him, like, God, I'm tired of living this life, you know. I'm tired of all this stupid things that I do every day. And I told God, like, from the bottom of my heart how I felt. I just knew it was wrong. I knew it. I just didn't want to admit it. But I told God how I felt. I'm like, God, if you really is real, please, you know, please take control of my life, you know, please forgive me for everything I've done. And basically what I told him is, I'm like, God, I want to surrender my life to you completely. I want to give you my whole life to you, and let you control my life versus me. Because I've tried it, as you guys just heard. I've tried it. I've tried living in my own pleasures. I've tried doing things that would make me happy. What I would do is actually, once I quit believing in God, I would actually watch a bunch of movies. I would escape in them. I would watch a bunch of movies, would actually even start watching shows that are really long, like with a lot of long seasons. That way I can escape into them and have the temporary pleasure, but at the end of the day, I still didn't feel peace, you know what I mean? That's why when I would go to sleep, I would not feel peace. I just wasn't sure. I still had doubts. I wasn't sure if God was real. I wasn't sure if what to do next, and I was just in this middle ground, you know what I mean, that kept bothering me. Like in life, we have to be sure what we're doing, you know what I mean? We have to be sure, like this hiking trail for example. I wasn't sure if this was the right path. I wasn't. But this life that we got right now, we only have one chance in it, so we have to be sure we're walking the right path in this life, because we only got one chance. So that basically what I did is I surrendered my whole life to God in that bathroom at the house. But hey, that's what I wanted to do. That's what, you know, my heart desired. So that is what I did. I surrendered my whole life to God that day, and literally, like, understood the fact that, hey, now I'm not controlling this life. God is controlling my life from this point on. I am done controlling my life, because look where it brought me, you know. After that prayer, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel really nice. I felt like a big weight has lifted off my shoulders, like my old life is gone, like I've started something new, a new beginning, like a new chapter, you know what I mean? And it just feels so good. It felt nice. I knew that it's still gonna be temptations. I knew it's gonna be hard. It's not like an instant I'm gonna stop my addiction, things like that, but I was willing to try. I was willing to give God a chance, and I was gonna follow what God wants me to do, his will, not mine, and just see what happens, right? So I know in the beginning it was hard, I'm not gonna lie, with my addiction and things like that, but I am still amazed to this day, and I'm really happy to say that with time, God really did change my life. And I'm happy to say that I have stopped my addiction. I have not been doing it anymore. And I'm just really happy about that. That's a huge accomplishment for me, because look, for years I've been struggling with this, really. And I tried stopping many times. Trust me on that, I did. And I couldn't. But I stopped. And that just, like, opened up my eyes, and I understood God is real. God is there. God does hear prayers. And if we truly focus our eyes on him, on God, and let God control our life, surrender our life to him, let him help us, he will. He really will. And I just want to let you know, if you're out there watching this video and you're struggling, got good news for you. God changed my life. He can do the same for you. All you have to do is completely surrender your life to him, like I did. And look where I am now. I'm hiking right now. But yeah, seriously, this year just started, 2023. And for example, when a new year starts, for example, in my life, I always look forward to a new chapter in my life, to a new start. And I look back in my life, like for example last year, and just look, what did I accomplish last year? What did I do? Like, what is my next step in my life, you know? And I just want to wish you, and I want to encourage you, this year has just started. And if you're not sure that you're going to go to heaven, if you're not sure what to do in your life, if you've tried already everything yourself and things are just failing and you can't do things on your own, why don't you surrender your life to God like I did? It's just so amazing and nice. It's so nice that God controls your life, not I control it, you know what I mean? It's so amazing. I feel true freedom. You know, like you would think that true freedom would be in, listen, there's no religion, what I can do whatever I want. You know, you would think that that would be true freedom, but it's not. Because what it does is makes you do whatever you want to do, but then it leads you in a path of destruction, which it did in my life. Look, it did. That's why, you know, I was feeling this angry and depressed. And once I surrender my life to God, I just feel peace, you know, I just feel great. Like I can peacefully go to sleep at night. I can wake up knowing that God is there with me. God leads me every day, like, and it's just so crazy. One of the craziest things that happened to me just last year that I could never have done by myself, no way, is I just recently purchased a house. Thanks to God. I would not have done it without God's help, because God was leading me in the way He wanted me to go, and because of my family's help, God really helped me. And before, when I was about to purchase, you know, when I was thinking about purchasing a house, I was so scared and nervous. I was like, this is a huge purchase. Like, how do I make the right decision? This is gonna be my biggest purchase of my life. I was scared before to make a purchase. I'm like I need to get a lot of things right before I can make that decision. But when I surrender my life to God, I felt peace. It just felt easy, you know? And because of God's help and because of my family's support, I was able to purchase a house last year, and it's just amazing. You know, and I don't feel scared. Like I just feel, you know, I feel like this was meant to be by God, you know? And there's some things that are also happening in the future that hopefully in the third video, oh yeah, by the way, in the third video that I'm gonna be trying to make in this series, I'm gonna tell you about that part. Let me back down a little bit. So remember I told you that one of the reasons I stopped believing in God is because God didn't answer one of my prayers that were important to me. And I was praying about this prayer after that for about 10 more years, and there were many times where God just didn't answer it, and didn't answer it, and it just broke my heart. I don't want to give it a lot of details, but I will give you way more details. Well, not way more, but like more details on the third video of this series. But I just want to say, I'm gonna tell you this one thing. After 10 years of praying, God heard my prayer. And you know what's the crazy thing about that is that I am actually really glad that He heard my prayer now versus 10 years ago. My life could have been completely different 10 years ago versus it is now. So I am really thankful to God for leading me this way. And this is just another reason why I learned that I need to trust God and that God is real. So let's keep going, and I'm going to tell you some more. So after that day when God changed my life, and after that day I realized God really was real. Because look, He did take away my addiction that nobody else, even myself, I couldn't take away, you know what I mean? And once I realized that, I started looking at life and at God like completely from a different point of view. And I understood that God really was real 100%. You know what I mean? I wasn't doubting God anymore. And I started living for God, and I started talking to God. And that's what prayer is for, you know? That's why we should pray. This is a way for us to talk to God versus just a religious thing that I was doing before because I had to, you know? I would pray in the morning, I would pray in the evening because I had to, you know? Not because I wanted to. But now, since I know that God is with me, you know, that God is there, you know, I want to talk to Him. I want to tell Him about my day. I want to tell Him what my struggles are. It's just so nice to have a Heavenly Father that cares about me, you know? Basically, I felt like there was a purpose in my life, and that I wasn't living this life anymore for nothing. Because back then, without God, I felt empty. I really did feel empty. Even though I would do all those things that would temporarily satisfy me, you know what I mean? But I felt empty. At the end of the day, I wanted more. I wanted more. It wouldn't satisfy. And one huge thing I've realized after God saved me on that day is that I was following religion all this time. Because I grew up in a Christian family, I would go to church. And many churches today, they have rules, regulations. You have to do this, you can't do this, you can do this. So many of these regulations and traditions and rules that we follow, you know? And that's one of the reasons I realized that led me away from God and didn't want to believe in God no more. It's because of all these traditions and rules. And whenever I went to church one day I went to an American church. One of my friends invited me, and the pastor was reading from the New Testament, I forgot where, but basically the whole chapter clearly spoke, I think it was in Ephesians, yeah, probably, but basically it was saying that we are saved by grace, not of works. We're saved by grace, not but what we do. And that was just like a light bulb moment for me, you know what I mean? Because I realized that we don't need to do anything for God, because majority of the religions, they want you to do something for God. They want you to do something to earn that salvation. But the Bible clearly teaches, no, you don't need to do that. God already did it for you on the cross. That's why he came. That's why God became flesh, you know, and he died, is so that all we have to do is receive his gift, to believe that he did it for us. And that's what all God wants us to do, and to just trust him and follow him. And I just feel so great knowing that I don't have to follow all these rules, you know? I just have to follow my love for God, basically, you know, just do those things that I know will be happy for God. And I'm doing it from my heart because of love, not because I have to. I want to encourage you today. And this year just started, so why don't you let God, from the beginning of this year, let God control your life instead of you? I mean, look, I've done it and I just feel great. I feel great because every step of the way God leads me versus me. That's what these videos are going to be for. That's why I'm starting the series called Nature Ventures. Is one, I want to explore different areas in Virginia and other places, just nature areas. There's so many hikes around here where I live, so many just beautiful spots that I haven't even explored. I lived here so many years but haven't explored, like this one, Signal Knob. And each video is going to have a Bible verse in the Bible to encourage you and to help you and to show you that you do need God and I need God, and God is the one who can help us in this life. We can't do these things on our own. And so the Bible verse I want to share with you today to encourage you is going to be from John 11:25. John 11:25 in the King James Version. It says, Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. So just remember that. Only in Jesus we can be resurrected. Only in Jesus we can have a new life. So I just wish for you to start this year with Jesus. All right, looks like I made it, almost made it to Signal Knob. Only got 1 mile left, 1 mile. So yeah, let's keep going. Whew, I am not gonna lie, I am tired now. I want to get a rest now. I think the trail is here. I think I almost went the wrong way. Always follow the orange blazers. But yeah, I think I'm literally almost at the peak. I think there's a turn here and I'll be at the peak. I am so looking forward to this lunch right now. I am hungry. I see the peak. I see the overlook. All right, guys, made it here to Signal Knob. Now for some delicious lunch. By the way, give you a little bit of progress here. It's 3:10 p.m. right now. I've hiked about 3 hours 35 minutes and a distance of 6.54 miles. So I gotta go eat some food, relax a little bit, get some energy, because I do feel pretty weak right now. I want some food, and then after that, I'm gonna chill here a little bit, take some pictures, and then I'm gonna start heading back down to my car because I wanna get down there before the sun sets. So let me show you what I brought. So first of all, I brought a jacket. Let's go ahead and put it on. Actually, it's a little bit chilly. Why not? See, that's where you prepare, you bring something, and then it becomes useful. So yeah, that's better. I like it. Great. Look, I brought a sandwich. 4 sandwiches, 4 mini sandwiches. Oh yeah, it's like salami with cucumbers. Check this out. Brought some tea. By the way, I'm not trying to sponsor this video by T-Mobile, but I just gotta say, this is a really nice tumbler. They're really nice. Look, they haven't spilled. I can go like this and it's not spilling nothing. So they're nice. It's by the company called Booba, but I don't know, they're great. So let me try this tea. Wow, still hot. Seriously, that is awesome. Wow, this is like heaven. This is so good. Okay, now it's time for some food. Okay, so yeah, check this out. This is my sandwich. It's basically, I don't know the name of this meat. I think it's salami or something like that, with cucumbers, fresh cucumbers from Costco, and then some Russian bread. Oh, and onions. I forgot about onions. I had to put some onions. Wow, so good. I'm so happy I finally found this hiking trail, because like I said, I always get lost so quick, but I'm so happy I finally went to the right trail. It's a beautiful view. It's very like, seems like I'm really high. Yeah, I am like about 2,075 feet in elevation right now, so that's pretty cool. All right, it is time for me to head back down to my car. It is already 3:45, so got about maybe an hour and a half or something like that till the sun sets. So I gotta make sure, kind of hurry back. We've got a 5-mile hike backwards, so just gonna strap everything in. The lunch was delicious, the tea was amazing, I drank all of it. By the way, did I put my, okay, I did put my tea tumbler in my backpack, so we're good. Just gonna strap myself in. Got my jacket, got my water. All right, let's head back down to my car. It is getting cold now. As you can see, my hands are a little bit right now. It's getting chillier. There's not much of an overlook actually here. Well, it is. It's spacious, but it's just a lot more trees. But it still is pretty awesome. It's still peaceful. Nobody here. I heard a couple gunshots in the distance. I think somebody killed a deer out in the distance. But anyway, had a good time. Had a peaceful, good time. It was refreshing. So now I just gotta hurry back down. So follow me, and let's finish this video. Let's go. There's my only car in the whole parking lot. There we are. That's me. All right. Well, guys, I am back from the hike. The hike is over. I have hiked about, let's see, 11.19 miles with a total ascent and elevation of 1,961 feet. Took me about 5 hours and 35 minutes. That was a good hike. That was a good hike. So yeah, I'm so happy I finally was able to find this hike and was able to accomplish my goal, which is to make it to the peak and back. And I'm glad I made it. As you can see, it's still not the sun hasn't still set fully. So hey, I'm so glad, thanks to God. Gonna head back home, get some rest. My legs do feel a little bit tired. Well, they feel a little sore, if you know what I mean. But I'm really thankful that this hike started with a gradual incline, and then it ended with a decline. That made it easier to walk after the overlook. After the overlook, I was just going down and down and down, and that's it. Yeah, just want to say I had an amazing time. Highly recommend this hike to everybody. But just remember, when you park here, make sure you start from that side over there, not over here. So make sure, because there's two starting points. So just remember that. Don't make the mistake I did today and I did before when I was hiking before. But anyway, just want to, in conclusion, let you know that God is real, and if you haven't accepted Jesus, I encourage you to do so. I mean, it is your choice. God gave us all freedom, but I just want to say that it's so nice to have God controlling your life versus me. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Hopefully I'll be making some more. This probably was a long one, but I had a blast. I had a fun time. Plus the hike was, you know, a little bit longer than normal, which is, you know, 11-mile, 10-mile hike. So of course there's going to be a long video, you know. So anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I really enjoyed making this video. I had a good time today hiking. It was not even that cold, and my food, the food I ate was so delicious. But yeah, thanks again, and hope to see you guys in the next video. God bless all of you.